Ever wish there was like a user manual for yourself? Something to decode all those little quirks you have
Yeah.
and figure out where you really shine and maybe even like, I don't know, where you tend to trip up a little bit.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that would be handy, wouldn't it?
It totally would. And that's kind of what we're digging into today, this idea of like really getting yourself. We're going to be exploring this app called RutherfordINTEL.io. They're all about personality assessment, and it seems pretty in-depth. So we're going to be pulling from some stuff they've put out there, looking at how self-awareness can be a total game changer, and then we're going to get into one specific personality type they talk about, the holistic personality.
Sounds fascinating. It's amazing how much we can learn about ourselves when we take the time to really look inward, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And I think that's the goal here, to equip you with some tools and insights so you can have those like aha moments about yourself. And the cool thing is this stuff can apply to your work life, your relationships, basically all aspects of your life.
Absolutely. It's about connecting the dots between who you are at your core and how you show up in the world.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about this RutherfordIntel.io app. What's the deal with it? What we've seen so far suggests it's not just some surface-level personality quiz. It seems like they're using some pretty sophisticated analytics to provide a really detailed understanding of your personality.
Yeah, from what I've gathered, it goes way beyond those, are you an introvert or an extrovert kind of quizzes. They seem to be diving into the nuances of how you think, how you process information, how you interact with others, that kind of stuff.
And what I find interesting is that they connect this self-discovery to practical application. Like it's not just about knowing yourself for the sake of it. It's about using that knowledge to actually achieve your goals, particularly in your career. They even mention personalized guidance and support from mentors and coaches.
That's a great point. It highlights the fact that self-awareness isn't just some abstract concept. It's a powerful tool for growth and success. And that seems to be at the heart of what RutherfordIntel.io is all about. They see self-awareness as the foundation for a fulfilling life, both personally and professionally.
So we've been throwing around this term self-awareness a lot, but let's break it down. Why is it so crucial? What makes it such a big deal?
Well, think about it this way. Without a solid understanding of yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, your tendencies, it's like trying to navigate a maze in the dark. You might stumble around and make some progress, but it's going to be a lot harder and more frustrating than if you had a light to guide you.
That's such a good analogy.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, how can you really connect with others, build strong relationships, or even make sound decisions if you don't have a clear sense of who you are?
Exactly. And even beyond that, the sources we've looked at highlight some pretty profound benefits of self-awareness. They talk about things like increased self-esteem, greater confidence, more fulfilling relationships, and even enhanced leadership skills.
Let's dig into those benefits a bit. Increased self-esteem and confidence, those are huge, right?
Absolutely. When you truly know yourself, when you're comfortable in your own skin, it naturally radiates outward. You carry yourself differently, you interact with others with more authenticity, and you're less likely to be swayed by external pressures or negativity.
And I imagine that increased self-awareness translates pretty directly into greater job satisfaction as well. When you have a clear understanding of what you're good at, what you're passionate about, and what your values are, you're much more likely to find work that truly resonates with you. It becomes less about just earning a paycheck and more about pursuing a path that aligns with your authentic self.
Precisely. And it goes beyond that, too. Self-awareness can dramatically improve your communication skills. When you understand your own communication style and how you tend to be perceived by others, you can adjust your approach accordingly and become a much more effective communicator. It allows you to build stronger connections and avoid misunderstandings.
Oh, for sure. And I've noticed that when I'm more self-aware, I'm much better at making decisions too. It's like I'm less likely to get caught up in my emotions or to be influenced by things that don't align with my true values. I can step back, assess the situation objectively, and make choices that are in my best interest.
It's like having a more reliable internal compass, guiding you towards choices that are authentic and aligned with your goals. And this connects to what the sources say about self-awareness and leadership. Self-aware leaders are more effective at understanding and motivating their teams, navigating conflict, and fostering a culture of trust and respect. They're able to recognize and leverage the unique strengths of each individual, leading to a more cohesive and productive work environment.
That makes so much sense. And on a larger scale, think about the impact of a more self-aware workforce. When people feel understood and valued, when they're able to contribute their unique talents and perspectives, it leads to increased productivity, innovation, and overall job satisfaction.
Absolutely. It creates a ripple effect that benefits not just individuals, but organizations and society as a whole.
Mhm.
And it all starts with that individual commitment to self-reflection and understanding.
So as we mentioned earlier, RutherfordINTEL.io has developed a system for understanding personality that they call the core 12 personalities. And these 12 distinct types are organized into 4 broader personality quadrants. It's like they've created a map of human personality, recognizing the incredible diversity that exists.
Yeah, and within this framework, they've identified 3 specific personality types that they believe naturally embody essential leadership qualities. They call these the leadership personality types.
And those are the DNA personality opportunist, the DNA personality holistic, and the DNA personality result driven. Today, we're going to focus on one of these in particular, the holistic personality. This one really piqued my interest because it seems like a really well-rounded and insightful type.
It is. From what we've gathered, the holistic personality has a very unique approach to life, starting with their perspective on health and wellness. They fail to reject those restrictive, trendy diets that are all about deprivation and quick fixes. Instead, they believe in listening to their bodies, respecting their natural body type, and finding a healthy balance between enjoying food and nourishing their bodies.
Yeah, and they emphasize the importance of choosing whole, unprocessed, organic foods whenever possible. But they also acknowledge that it's okay to indulge in less healthy favorites from time to time. It's about moderation and finding a sustainable approach that works for them.
Exactly. It's not about striving for some unattainable ideal of perfection, but about creating a healthy and enjoyable relationship with food and their bodies. And this extends to their overall approach to well-being. They really embrace the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit.
Like that YMCA logo, the triangle representing the mind, body, and spirit all working together.
Exactly. They value practices that nurture all 3 aspects. Things like meditation, positive affirmations, emotional well-being, personal rituals, and meaningful human connection. They recognize that their daily habits and choices impact their overall health and happiness, and they strive to create a lifestyle that supports their well-being on all levels.
It's about seeing the big picture and understanding that true well-being encompasses more than just physical health. Now, how does this holistic perspective translate into their communication style?
Well, in communication, the holistic personality is all about inclusivity. They place a high value on considering all perspectives and ensuring that everyone feels heard and understood. They're very attuned to the needs of their audience, and they adapt their communication style accordingly.
So it's not about pushing their own agenda or trying to dominate the conversation. It's about fostering a sense of mutual respect and understanding.
Precisely. They're able to see the bigger picture, to consider the interconnectedness of things, and to communicate in a way that brings people together. And this carries over into their relationships as well.
This is where it gets really interesting. One of the key characteristics of the holistic personality in relationships is their focus on empowering both themselves and others to take ownership of their lives. They have this deep-seated belief that people are inherently trustworthy and capable, and they foster that belief in their relationships.
It's a very hands-off approach born out of a deep respect for individual autonomy. They don't try to control or manipulate others. Instead, they encourage their loved ones to explore their own paths and to make their own choices.
And while they value independence, they also cultivate relationships that are built on a foundation of trust, understanding, and mutual respect. They prioritize open communication, and they're skilled at resolving conflicts constructively without resorting to blame or judgment.
And it's important to note that they don't try to impose their own values or beliefs on others. They recognize that everyone is on their own unique journey, and they respect that. They're more interested in understanding and supporting their loved ones than in trying to mold them into something they're not.
It sounds like a very healthy and mature approach to relationships. And one of the things that really stood out to me is that they don't base their own happiness on controlling the actions or choices of others. They're very self-aware and they take responsibility for their own well-being.
Exactly. They understand that true happiness comes from within, and they don't try to find it through external validation or by controlling others. And they're also drawn to new experiences and personal growth, so a partner who's resistant to change or who's content with the status quo might not be the best fit for them.
So to sum it up, being in a relationship with a holistic personality means feeling trusted, respected, and empowered to be yourself. It means having a partner who supports your growth, who communicates openly and honestly, who values your individuality, and who's always up for trying new things.
That paints a pretty beautiful picture, doesn't it? It really highlights the depth and the richness that the holistic personality brings to their relationships.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? We've explored the RutherfordINTEL.io app as a powerful tool for self-discovery. We've delved into the transformative benefits of self-awareness, and we've taken a deep dive into the fascinating world of the holistic personality. And remember, this is just one of the 12 core personalities identified by RutherfordINTEL.io. There's a whole system there waiting to be explored.
Yeah, and just imagine the possibilities that open up when you start to understand yourself and others on a deeper level. It can revolutionize your relationships, your career, and your overall approach to life.
So if you're intrigued by what you've heard today, we highly encourage you to check out the RutherfordINTEL.io app and take the assessment. Discover your own unique personality profile. And if you're in a relationship, think about having your partner take it as well. Imagine the conversations and the insights that could come from that shared understanding.
And as you continue on your journey of self-discovery, here's a final thought to ponder. How can a deeper understanding of your own personality and the personalities of those around you create more harmonious and supportive environments in your life, opening the door to those endless possibilities that we all crave? It's a question worth reflecting on, and one that can guide you towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
Well said.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Take